Hi there, I'm Jane Monzures with DIYbyJane.com. I'm a DIY designer, and that means I love to take my wardrobe, take something old, and give it a new life, refashion it into something new and fashionable. So you can be a DIY designer too. Let's talk about those jeans that you have in your closet. Yeah, the jeans that you still love, they fit great, but maybe they've seen better days, or maybe they're just a little bit out of style. Well, you can still wear those jeans when you add a little bit of fancy fabric. You'll look like you walked off the pages of a fashion magazine. It's so easy, so let's get started. What will you need? You're gonna need your jeans and you're going to need some fancy fabric. So let's talk about that fabric when we're looking to pair them with a little bit of denim. So I've got a pair of jeans right here. Wow, they have seen much better days. They are just really worn out at the end. So what we're gonna do is add some fancy fabric from the knee down and give your jeans new life. Now we're talking about the fabric I'm gonna use here for a more casual look. I've got a heavy cotton duck in a camo print. So now that's gonna be added to these jeans. Very casual, very fun, and you can still wear those jeans. So talk about, you know, the textures and the patterns and the weight, because your denim is a little bit heavier. You want to use something with a little bit more weight to it. You can use your brocades, you can use your upholstery fabrics, your home decor, you can even use your heavy twills. This pair of jeans, the ends look perfect. Yes, they do. Maybe a little bit wide, maybe a little bit off trend. So I want to continue to wear these jeans. I'm going to add a bold, vibrant color to my dark denim. So again, mixing the heavyweight fabric with the deep, dark, rich colors. This is going to give it a great flair and a lot of fun. When I'm looking at this upholstery fabric, I love the way the fabric is fraying. Now, fray is very, very trendy, so I may not hem these. I may just leave these alone once they add these to the bottom half of my jeans. Again, lots of fun to mix the patterns, add a little bit of character to those denim pants or to those jeans when you're looking to add some fun fabric to the bottom of those pants and give them a new life. So I've got a project that we're gonna work on here. I'll show you how it's done. Great, beautiful gray jeans. A little bit too skinny at the bottom. I want to add something a lot of fun. I'm going to add this metallic brocade to the bottom of these gray denim pants. Now, it's tough to cut into your denim jeans, but I'm going to do it. So I've got my jeans right here. You're going to want to measure from your waist down. I want the fabric to hit right below the kneecap. So you're going to measure on yourself. I'm going to go, for me, I like about 22 inches. I will take my chalk marker here and just go about 22 all the way across, and then I'm gonna cut it. Yes, you can do it. Cut into the fabric, it's gonna be okay. And you wanna cut both jeans at the same time so you know that they are the same length. Now, what are you gonna do with this? Save your scraps, because we're gonna use that as a pattern for the fancy fabric. So moving on to our fancy fabric, I'm loving this metallic. We talked about textures and patterns. You see how the grain line here is going up and down? Well, that's gonna elongate my leg, and I like that. So I'm gonna use the grain up and down, the length of my leg. You're gonna do right side to right side, and I wanna look at the raw edge here. So you're gonna fold this over and say, okay, how do I fit this piece of material so it fits the knee perfectly of where I just cut? You're gonna use your scraps. So let's just lay this flat right in here, inside your fancy fabric, right side to right side. You can see where it all matches up right there. You're gonna give yourself a little bit of seam allowance too, because that is what you're gonna need when you go over to the sewing machine. So I'm just gonna give it a mark right here. I'll give it a mark on the inside. And this is where you decide, do you want it to be a little bit of a thinner leg? Do you want it to be a wide leg? You're the designer, you can create whatever you want. I love the look of it straight because it kind of looks like a boot, or it looks like a leg warmer, but it's all attached, and I like that look. So I'm gonna eyeball a straight line. Of course, you can use a straight edge, and then I'm gonna pin this down here and head to the sewing machine and do a nice straight stitch all the way down. Now at this point, when you're sewing this piece of fabric together, of course I'm gonna remove my scrap. when you're sewing this together, maybe add a little bit extra length so you can accommodate for the hem when you're finished sewing this all together. Now, if you want to leave the edge raw because you like the way it looks, by all means, hit it to the length that you want, and then we'll head over to the sewing machine and just cut or sew straight across right here. So I have a piece that I've already sewn together. Now, if your fabric does fray, I would recommend that you do a nice zigzag stitch, or of course you can use your serger to make sure that that stays nice and clean. So let's put this together on the leftover part of your jeans. Believe me, it's gonna be okay. We're gonna do it. So what we're gonna do is make sure you line up the sides that fit, and I wanna make sure I'm using the seam with the inside seam of my jeans. So we're gonna pin this all together. You're gonna pin your right sides together, and you see how perfectly that fits? So quickly, with my pins, I'm just going to go around and pin these all together. Just a couple of pins will do. But see how perfect that is. If it's a little bit too big, it might gap. If it's too small, it's not gonna fit your jeans. But we're gonna go around here, get it nice and secure. Okay, so let's head over to the sewing machine and attach this together. So when I'm here at my sewing machine, here we go. I'm gonna start with this free arm. Now I'm using the free arm because it allows me to get in to some of these tight places. And we'll get this sewing. I'm gonna go pretty close to the edge, and there we go. I just had it going over the thick denim knot, but we're gonna go pretty close to the edge. If you're not sure of the placement, or you may want to move it, I would recommend using a basting stitch, a little bit longer of a stitch to begin with until you make sure it's exactly where you want. Now, when you're getting to some of the knots, I'm using a regular pressure foot. You can press this little button on the side, and it keeps the presser foot nice and flat. And we're gonna go around. Because I'm working on denim, I am using a denim needle. And just again, a regular presser foot. And there you go, right around the edge. I'm using all-purpose thread on my machine as well. So now, time for the big reveal. And here you have it. Fancy fabric added to the bottom of your jeans. Look at how fantastic that looks. I would give this a little bit of a press here with my iron, make sure it's nice and smooth and flat. And now we can work on our hem. Depending on the length that you want, if you like it with a little fray, or if it doesn't fray at all, you can leave it as is. You might want to just turn this under, pin it, and then sew your hem so that you can wear these. Again, you can adjust the hem perfect for the shoes that you are going to wear. And that is an easy way to update an old pair of jeans. Now, you can also get even a little bit more fabulous. I've got some fantastic trim. If you want to add certain things right here above the knee, you can just lay this trim down all the way around, hand stitch it, really make a classic and beautiful dressy pair of pants out of your old denim. Now, that's not all. Some of the other trends that we're seeing with our denim jeans today, so much fun. That frayed edge is really big. So you're gonna take your jeans, cut them at the ankle. This is so easy to do. You can do it with any of the jeans that you have. Cut at the ankle and cut about a ½ inch all the way around and fray to have a frayed edge. Another great look is adding feathers to your ankle jeans. Again, don't be afraid to cut into the jeans. Don't be afraid to add extra embellishments, extra feathers, extra trim. A lot of fun can be had to update your jeans. Now, we were talking about your fabrics and adding some extra trim. Here's a great pair of old denim. These were really wide at the bottom. I added this great, fantastic, bold fabric. And look at this faux fur. I just hand stitched this all the way around the edge, and I have got a great pair of jeans. Now, it doesn't just have to be your jeans. It can also be pants. I've got some beautiful black pants here. I wanted to add something fun at the bottom, so I took some faux fur for a monochromatic look, and I didn't even need to hem these because they do not fray. So grab your old jeans, get some fancy fabric, get creative, and give it a try.